Hey, check out my 2006 KTM 950 Adventure barn find. Just fresh off the trailer. Just picked it up yesterday. Hang out and let's take a close look at it. We'll see if we can figure out what the mileage is, and I'll tell you what I paid for it. We'll just give this bike a real close once over and kind of see what kind of goodies it's got on it, and maybe talk about what probably needs to be done. Here we go. So it looks like maybe the mice have been in this thing a little bit. I need to dig deeper to figure that out. So this is an Arizona bike, 2025. It's been sitting for 8 years. Last license 2017. I just happened to come into this. It just kind of, I heard about it, and it was kind of an estate deal, and I was able to get my hands on it. I've known about it, where it was at, for about a year, and finally I got out and took a look at it. About a year ago, I had one just like this that I bought, also from an estate, and we got it really right, and my buddy got it, and he loves it. We've ridden about 2,000 miles on it. It's been a good bike. Hopefully this one pans out the same. I made a video on that too. Also, I'll put a link in the description for that other video regarding the I think it's 2005 black 950 Adventure. So let's take a look at some of the goodies this thing has on it. It has a, try to get out the shadows there. It has a accessory gas tank, extra gas tank. Looks like a gallon and a half, maybe a couple gallons. Looks like it's got some wider pegs, some nice burly pegs. Or they're an add-on to the original peg, is what it looks like. Somebody just tacked those dudes on there. Stock slave cylinder for the clutch. I guess they have some issues with that. Also, stock kickstand, which actually in one it mounts to the engine cases in one spot. They say that's not good, but it kind of is what it is. Be careful. Good skid plate. Black Dog Cycle Works. Oh yeah, here we go. Old school. That's the thing, is you get these old 20-year-old bikes and they have 20-year-old equipment on them because people outfitted them when they were brand new. Look at this freaking Garmin. That's old school. It's got a freaking radar detector on there. It's got a high-low. Hopefully that's for heated grips, but I kind of sure don't like where they put the switch. But I'll tell you what, these grips are freaking gooey. And when after you're done handling this bike, you feel like you need to wash your hands. It's got the flip-in mirrors. It's got an aftermarket, that fiberglass windshield. The last bike that we got had one of these shields with it also, and I don't know, some people seem to like those. Someone commented that, asked if we wanted to sell that, so I don't know. Here's another cool thing, Scott steering damper and triple clamp. So that's pretty decent. Overall, the body work is well, it's, so hopefully that comes off. Oh yeah, it's going to come right off. You know, it's super dirty. It was actually in a barn. So it was out of the rain, but it was exposed to the elements. And some of the cast parts kind of show that. You can kind of see they're a little fuzzy, you know, maybe block sand that if you're worried about it. It's missing the counter sprocket cover. I don't think we're ever going to see that. I rolled the wheels. Wheels seem straight, front and back. Both ends are flat. I guess the rear actually needs a tube. The front, supposedly the seller said that he thought that it would hold air. It came with a new rear tube. Sorry, getting out of the shadows here. Enduro Engineering handguards. That's the good kind. And it came with this tail trunk. And all I can say, all this stuff has been in there for like 20 years or something. It's got a decent toolkit. And, you know, a few goodies. A pair of Klim gloves and a couple wash plugs and a few things of that nature. we open that up, that's actually a pretty nice freaking toolkit right there, very complete. Yeah, it's got a Renasco racing seat on it, and it's actually like suede or leather, you know, so it'd probably be nice from where this bike came from down in Arizona, but up here in Washington it rains all the time, and while the profile's excellent, it's a really flat profile. I'm not sure the material is going to work out up here. You know, you get your freaking butt wet pretty quick on that. And it has a tank bag, which is KTM, but this sucker's, try to get out of the shadows. This sucker's pretty crusty. Look at that thing. But it's KTM. But there's a few things in here. Tire pump. Looks like he's been to Death Valley. And California map up here. So, you know, guy did some traveling on the bike. Mileage unknown, but we're gonna hang out. We're gonna take a look and see if we can figure that out. I'm gonna connect a battery to it. I'm not gonna go cranking on it yet. I want to pull the panels off and take a look and make sure there's no rat's nests or anything like that in it. In fact, that being said, let's pop the seat on this thing. Let's take these off. What's in here? Oh yeah, no, that's not rat fur, that's a feather. You know, everything looks okay there. One accessory fuse. That don't look bad. Yeah, let's grab the key, get that seat off. Yeah, a little dirty in there, but I don't see any rat crap in there. But yeah, it's a little fuzzy under there. I'm interested. You can kind of see scurry marks across there if you look real close. So they've been in there, and if you've ever had a bike that rodents have been in, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll climb down the snorkel and they'll nest up inside the air box. They'll tear the filter up and make a little bed in there and have their babies and all that or whatever, and it's not good because they tend to chew on wires, and you know, there'll be a bunch of little bits of plastic in their nest, and it's not good. But yeah, we're gonna have to take the panels off this bike before we start it, see what we got going on up in there. Yeah, so I don't see any signs that they've done anything with the suspension. That doesn't mean they haven't, but there are no stickers on there or anything like that. Forks don't appear to be leaking. That's good. Discs don't have too much wear on them. So supposedly this is, according to the guy I bought it from, 19 to 20,000 miles, something like that. But we're gonna find out. Okay, so the chain is about done. The sprockets, they don't look too bad. I know you're supposed to change them. All as a package, but you know, I don't know. We're balling on a budget here. We'll see. Oh, there's the shut off for the accessory fuel tank. White power suspension. They come stock with that, right? This is how you adjust the spring rate. Yeah. And nice, got a battery tender plug. That's good. Okay, I'm going to put some air in the front tire, see if it'll hold, and get this thing turned around, take a look at the other side. Okay, so I got her turned around and put some air in the tires. The front seems to be holding. The rear went flat almost immediately, and I guess that's why it came with a new tube. Someone was going to put it back together. So anyway, one thing I noticed, yeah, it definitely has heated grips. There it is right there. The lever, if you notice the lever, See the angle on the front brake lever? That's what you get when you start clamping. You start clamping, you know, your master cylinder or your clutch lever or whatever on the curve of the bar. That dude will start poking up. Maybe there's a little more room to be had by moving the throttle tube out. Looks like there's about, once we get some grips on there, looks like it looks like he's got a 1/4 inch spacer in there. So there might be something we can do to correct that. Look how gummy that is. Yeah, they're just, ugh. Anyway, yeah, CR Pro Taper CR High. That's a famous bend. That's a great bend. So what else? Let's take a look. Oh yeah, let's fuel cell. And I already did this. You know, of course, the first thing I did was you know, check, see what the fuel smelled like, and it doesn't smell bad. He says he put good fuel in it, but he also said he put like VP in it. It doesn't smell like race fuel. So hopefully, so I think he was gaslighting me there a little bit, maybe. So hopefully at least put ethanol free in it. We can drain the float bowls and check the, you know, make sure rats didn't get in there, and this sucker will light, you know, purge some fuel through it, change the fuel out. And anyway, we're going to see. I'm not going to try to light it off in this video. We are going to hook a battery to it though real quick, and let's just see if we can figure out what the mileage is, and that's about it. Yeah, FMF single exhaust. Looks like on a stock head pipe. And I'm not sure if that's aftermarket, that little reservoir guard, master cylinder guard. The tires, you know, I think my son's going to get this bike, and you know, he's a young man. He's not made of money, and you know, those tires are old, but it's a Continental. It's that way, TK11 or whatever, that the Continental that people like, and as long as they're not cracked out, we'll probably run them. This still has the nubbins on it for the most part, and we'll probably put a new tube in that, heavy duty tube, Michelin air stop. The rear is a Hayden now, and you know, some people like those too, and it's, you know, it's not a terrible looking tire. You know, the young man can probably get through the season on that rear. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So let's, I'm going to pull it in and drop the skid plate down and hook a battery to it and see if we can figure out what the mileage is. I'm going to do another video on this where I have it cleaned up and we have it on the lift, and we make it run. You know, if we need to pull the carbs off, we'll pull the carbs off. We'll show that process. We may, like I say, we may just drain it and purge the fuel system, put a test bottle on it, light it off, see how it goes. But for right now, let's see if we can figure out how many miles are on it. Hey, thanks for liking and subscribing to Krusty Cycle. Appreciate it. Homegrown motorcycle content. Oh yeah, another little tidbit. I checked the oil. It's not super dirty, but it should be changed. It's not like crystal clear golden honey. It's got a little color to it. It's not bad. I checked the coolant. I don't think there's any fluid in the catch bottle, but I also didn't notice any sign of it leaking coolant down below. It doesn't smell like coolant. I'm hoping that you know, we get that topped off and or changed, flushed out, and everything's just fine. Yeah, so the skid plate's not bashed up at all, like no rock dings or anything. That's a good sign. I think this bike's been ridden pretty mellow. Let's take a look what's under the cover. Oh yeah, it looks pretty clean in there. That doesn't look bad at all. Yeah, I know you can't see it very good, but yeah, there's a bunch of mouse poop in here. No rat poop, a little mouse poop, but they've been in here. Okay, yeah, we got a bunch of accessory leads in here. That's kind of, yeah, that's a little sketch looking. But, you know, you're going to get that with adventure bikes, I suppose. All right, I've got a 6 amp battery charger hooked to it. Let's see if we get anything. 24,030 miles. Yeah, a little more than I anticipated, but that's not bad. Last little thing, yeah, it came with the KTM bags, you know, 2006. Little complimentary rat poo right there. Pretty clean inside though. Those are gonna be good. for now. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2 where we make this sucker run. We'll have it all cleaned up. Hopefully she lights right off. And thanks again for watching. And here's the very last detail. I paid $3,000 for this bike, you know, without knowing the mileage and without hearing it run. So leave a comment, you know, if you think I paid too much, or you think I stole it, or if I bought it just about right. Yeah, leave a comment. Okay, thanks for watching.